around the diocese have been gathering on the first Friday of each month at the Shrine of the Sacred Heart of Jesus in Harley for a very unique program known as Catholic Underground. Developed by the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal in New York, Catholic Underground is a direct response to Pope John Paul II's call, urging Catholics to bring the gospel into dialogue with the culture. As you'll see in our interview with Jessica Johnstone and Paul Walters, two of the local coordinators of the program, Catholic Underground provides a haven where like-minded Catholics can come together to worship our Lord and celebrate their Catholic faith. Jess and Paul, I know that both of you first experienced Catholic Underground with the Franciscan Friars out in Yonkers, New York. You obviously felt very strongly about what you experienced there years ago, but for people in this area and the Diocese of Scranton who have never heard of it, Jess, how would you describe Catholic Underground?
I would describe it definitely as countercultural. When I started going to Catholic Underground in New York, I was amazed to see how many both young adults, families, couples, singles came together on a Saturday night to worship Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament, to socialize with one another, to make new friendships. Really, it amazed me. When I heard about it, I was like, okay, I'll go. I was a little hesitant, but I knew that there was definitely an important, it would be really important for us to bring something like this to our area, that it was needed.
And I'm getting the impression when I was talking, Paul, with you and your wife Susan, who's also one of the coordinators of this program, you probably got tired of driving out to Yonkers constantly to experience this wonderful ministry. Yep. Why did you want to bring it here to the Diocese of Scranton?
Well, not just because of the fact that we wouldn't have to drive 2 hours there and 2 hours back, but because we wanted to share it, you know, because for me it was an awesome experience, first of all, being in the presence of Jesus Christ in Eucharistic adoration, with the type of music that they had, you know, that we bring also, the praise and worship, but also combined with the ancient chanting, you know. It's a combination of the old and the new, like Ever Ancient, Ever New, that book by Father Carapi, you know. And it was just an awesome experience also going from the adoration into a time when we can enjoy Catholic musicians who are really on fire with their faith. And really, the fire, you know, is contagious. You know, and that's what we're hoping to do with the Catholic Underground here, is bring in some people who can stir the flame a little bit, you know.
Now, Jessica, we had the opportunity to attend one of the Catholic Underground sessions at Sacred Heart Shrine in Harley, and I believe the artist who was entertaining that night was Bob Filoramo, is that correct? Right. Is that night what we experienced between the Eucharistic adoration, benediction, the entertainment, is that typical of a Friday night when you do gather for Catholic Underground?
For the most part. The Eucharistic adoration is pretty much always the same, and as far as the format of the night, being that there's confession throughout the whole night, that there's a time to socialize with a performer. Now, the performer every month, or the performance I should say, is always different. So Bob Filoramo brought his talent in his way. You know, he was an acoustic performer who had all original music and really shared his life and his story through his music and his love for God. And then other months you may see Catholic rappers, poets, bands, youth ministry bands.
You know, like the People of God Youth Evangelization Team who work in the Diocese of Scranton, or our March guests. And they did a fantastic job. They just kind of did a little vignette of what they do on a youth retreat, but for not just the youth, the people that were there. And actually afterwards, one of the older people got up and approached one of the youth from the evangelization team and expressed how touched they were by the presentation that they made. And it really, you know, made him happy to be Catholic and happy to be involved, you know, because he felt like a spark, you know. a reawakening, and that's we want to try and get that across too, to try and bring people, to make people more aware of their faith and more alive in their faith, so it's not just on Sundays,
Now, Jessica, I guess one of the groups that's coming up, in fact, the next session on Friday, June 1st, will actually be some of the folks that started Catholic Underground. It's the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal House Band.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about this. These are actual Franciscan friars that put this band together?
Right. They are something, you'd probably have to see them to believe me. I've brought friends with me to the Catholic Underground in New York, where they perform as the house band for the event every month. So whatever artists they have performing, they do like maybe a 20-minute segment prior to the performer. Mm-hmm. And they range from anywhere from singing jazz songs to Catholic rap to reggae to rock with electric guitars. So to see friars in their habits up there rocking the house, that's all I could say. You have maybe 500 or 600 young adults in New York at the Catholic Underground there, and everyone loves them. It's something to be seen, definitely.
When you think about Catholic Underground, is this not a wonderful opportunity to do just that, to witness our Catholic faith in a different way?
Well, that's exactly why Catholic Underground started. The whole inspiration came from Pope John Paul II's call for the new evangelization and bringing the gospel into the culture. And that's exactly what we're hoping to do and spread. So I totally relate to that, though, that whole just maybe having a Sunday, where you go to Mass on Sunday and then the rest of the week you're kind of left on your own. But this is a chance for us to all come together and share our faith and have fun.
And do you think, bottom line, that it really has helped you rediscover your Catholic faith and look at it with a new sense of excitement?
Oh, without a doubt. In fact, when I started going to the Catholic Underground in New York, I was really just coming back to the faith. I was away from the church for a long time. So this was an opportunity for me to really see the richness of the church, to understand the depth of Eucharistic adoration. I found that at Catholic Underground.